Pro era. Joey went crazy. We outside. The city is back. Ab-Soul went stupid. And, Big Sean, he always falls short in the moment. But he was going crazy. I gotta give you a participation award. You know what I'm saying? Big Sean went crazy. Outside. The city is up. We back. They rapping again. Yes, they rapping again. If you ask me, Big Sean got the bigger career. So his verse was the best to me personally. Better business over there. It's always about business with you. It's always about business with you. Money. Rayvon just dropped. We gotta start giving the blog era more credit. The blog era was outside yesterday and they did not disappoint. I just recently watched the Red Bull Spiral freestyle.
Joey, you put me in a sticky predicament. I had to show solidarity to my syndicate.
With Ab-Soul, Joey Badass, and Big Sean, and those brothers were nothing short of amazing. They came with it. I personally think Joey edged everybody, but they all held their own.
I was at the party, but I never seen a freak on. Instead of battle rap on stage, showing his cheeks on.
It started making me think about how criminally underrated the blog era is. If you ask me, the blog era was one of the most difficult eras to come out of because the music industry was upside down. The music industry was in shambles.
The internet was just coming along. Spotify hadn't started yet. Spotify and it was SoundCloud was around that time when he got his deal. So like things, the labels didn't know what to do. The blogs were in charge at the time.
We were caught in between Dat Piff free music, digital sales. Nobody's really buying digital yet because people are still low-key burning CDs with the LimeWire era. That blog era was very difficult between LimeWire, Dat Piff, pirating, and all. It was a bunch of free music. So it was very difficult to kind of shine because we were still thinking about the models of yesteryear. We were still thinking about the 2000 models, the 90 models, where people actually sold physical copies.
It's a weird era for the industry because like you said, it's like, how do you monetize this internet buzz if there isn't a hit record because of the labels? Now, as long as it streams, it doesn't matter if it gets played on the radio.
It took them 10 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because Napster pops up 02, 03.
And if you ask me, the reason why the blog era is called the blog era is because mainstream media were not paying attention to the new. So a bunch of people started creating their own blogs, and that's how the blog era started. People started to find different forums and different places to go to speak on their favorite artists because the legacy media was still stuck in the 90s and the early 2000s. And I still see that to this day. If you look at a lot of the Drink Champs, if you look at the Joe and Jada, a lot of these guys that get opportunities to start talking about hip hop, they're rooted, Joe Budden, they're rooted in the 90s era. Their favorite rappers are usually Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, right? A lot of the media within hip hop, they don't recognize the blog era because they're still stuck in their era, the 90s, the 2000s. If you talk to all of them, if you look at all of the interviews and all of the people that have platforms, a lot of the times they always talking about what happened in the Rockefeller Shady Rough Rider tour. They're always talking about these old stories and people just overlook the blog era. And we're 10 years over the blog era right now. We getting remasters and remakes of albums that came out during the blog era, and I feel as though we're still not giving them the recognition they deserve. You know how difficult it was when everybody was just giving up free music?
Because now you're gonna get on a playlist because it's an algorithm, or because even if the song sucks, if you're the bigger name or you're on a label, you're getting on Rap Caviar. As to where back then I feel like at least the gatekeepers were like hip hop nerds.
And they wrote about it. It was always,
and they had a post where they typed, and it was like, yo, like they took pride of like help building people's careers. Like
that's why I champion Big Sean, Wale, Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, all of those guys. It was difficult to come out the blog era. Things were not what they are now. Streaming came in and kind of changed it a little bit, made it a little bit more easier to come out as an artist. But during that blog era, man, we were stuck in between the new streaming era and the old physical era. And Big Crit, a lot of these guys, they just in the wind now, but they really put in a lot of work, man. And we don't have the next generation to look at yet. So we still got to go look at the blog era and see, what they doing to push in the next. So when I saw that Spiral freestyle, it warmed my heart because that's what hip hop looks at the highest level.
Been a go since the goatee and pound chains and teaser hats. I even made the goat's cheese. Just imagine all the other shit you don't see.
Strictly bars, rapping, enjoying themselves, having fun. Yeah, it's a little bit of beef. Yeah, it's a little bit of banter, but everybody's having fun. Everybody's taking shots. Big Sean was taking shots. I was unique. I had the power. If you listen to Big Sean's verse, he was coming at Joey. They all was coming at each other, and it was amazing. Ask Nene who her favorite rapper is, right? It was amazing. It just made me remember what we lost during that blog era. That blog era, a lot of those guys were friends. Cole, Kendrick,
I'm a nasty nigga. When you pass me, nigga, look me in my eye.
Wale, they were seen in videos together, getting pizza, cheap pizza, trying to make it work.
J. Cole wants to get the mic right there. So J. Cole wants to get the mic right there. It's the mic right there. It's the man right here. Not Mr. Cole, but bitches Mr. Cole.
Hustling, struggling. Right now, I feel as though rappers come out and they're already rich. They already got millions. They already got tons of fans. They're already prima donnas. That blog era, man, it was special, man. Just like legacy media does with LeBron. Like the LeBron era was ruined because NBA sports media is always focusing on comparing him to Jordan. LeBron is amazing. I feel as though a lot of those hot 97, a lot of those, a lot of the mainstream media guys created the blog era because they are so stuck in the 90s. A lot of them. If you look at a lot of the interviews, a lot of the content that's out there, we're always still finding out about what Boys to Men did. And don't get me wrong, it's amazing. I love those stories. That's the kind of content I love watching. I love seeing the similarities in yesteryear towards today, because if you look at the industry, they ain't get those brothers nothing. Them brothers had to fight for everything. They ain't own a lot of their music, and today it's still the same way. If you don't fuck around to sign the wrong contract. I love that kind of content. Don't get me wrong, but we need to start talking more about what happened during the blog era. We need to go talk to Kid Cudi more. We need to go talk to Big Sean more. We need to go talk to Wale more. We need to know what happened during that blog era, how difficult it was, how hungry was you when you were just giving away some of the best music came out during the blog era for free. Meek Mills, these guys laid down they took the sacrifice to bring in streaming. That's why I respect them so much. And I feel as though legacy media is just always stuck either on drama, or they always stuck talking about Snoop Dogg in the 90s, Tupac and Biggie. You know what I mean? Like, and Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life Tour with DMX. Like, don't get me wrong, all of those stories are amazing. I love hip hop, so I love talking about those things. But we need to start paying attention to the blog era. I feel as though the blog era is the most underrated era of all time. And if you ask me, those are the rappers that benefit of all the sacrifices the most. So if you ask me, it makes sense as to why they're the biggest. They took the sacrifice when music was not selling. A lot of blog era was still competing with Kanye, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne. They were still competing with Eminem. The early beginning half of Drake's career was dominated by Eminem. Nicki still had to compete with the comparisons to Lil Kim. The blog era never got to just be their own. And the media, which is why I side-eye him a little bit, they never give the blog era credit. We're coming in on 10 years. I think it was just the 10-year anniversary of Detroit. It was just the 10-year anniversary of 2014 Forest Hill Drives. A lot of these anniversaries are popping up, and I feel as though the media is just like, but it's on me. It's on guys that are 30, right? Because we got a lot of 40-year-olds, a lot of 38 to 45-year-olds that still dominate media that are still stuck in the 2000s, or they're still stuck on MF Doom. I love them. Respect to them. Because a lot of them, Rob Markman's, I seen the dudes on Hip Hop DX, I seen a lot of the work. It just warmed my heart to see that freestyle, because I feel as though that's what the next generation should be doing.
Late night, I ain't gotta lose no sleep to break daylight. Shouldn't give you niggas time of day.
There's still a void for the next generation. We're still looking for the next. Baby Keem ain't rapping like that. JID, his promotion and what he's about to do doesn't feel like it should feel. Don't think he's gonna be a superstar. He will be a rap superstar, but will he be big three? I don't know. Doechii and Glorilla, they're females, so it's always gonna be difficult for them to get in that top spot, because it's always been difficult for them to get in that top spot. Overall, the blog era is the last thing we can look to show you what hip hop should be in this next. And what they did, all three rapping at each other, I always think URL should have a 3-on-3, right? 3 dudes all going at each other.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
The URL should have a 3-on-3. They do 2-on-2s. They do men and women versus men and women. I think they should definitely have 3-on-3. But them all jabbing at each other, man, that's how it should be done, man.
Pause.
We got to stop sleeping on the blog era. But it's on us. It's on the 30-year-olds. It's on the younger generation to promote the blog era up, because, these old heads, they still stuck in Biggie. They still stuck in Andre 3000. They still talking about Havoc, and, they still having these old-ass 90s, early 2000 arguments. But, man, we got so much from the blog era, so much to deep dive into. The Charles Hamiltons, the Big Crits, the Frank Oceans, the Tyler the Creators. Look at what the blog era created and who we have. Tyler the Creator, what Childish Gambino was able to do. He's like acting now. Like, Atlanta is one of my favorite shows of all time. The blog era made some real big stars and some real big celebrities, some amazing rappers. To me, birthed the best rapper of all time, which is Kendrick Lamar, right? And if some people may say Drake, less intelligent people, they may say Drake. Some people may even say J. Cole. Some people may say these are the best rappers ever. And this is not to take away what other rappers did. The sacrifices that all of those other rappers made sure that the sacrifices that the blog era made gave them the trophy, gave them the crown. Because think about how difficult it was in the 2000s. People were not buying music. People were getting the best music of their life for free. The internet came through, Napster, all of them, they had to figure it out. Shout out to the blog era, man. The Mac Millers, man. There's so many different artists that we can talk about. Dom Kennedy, Charles Hamilton. I mean, dog, man. It was so B.O.B. B.O.B. still one of my favorite rappers. Man, there was some amazing people to come out the blog era. They deserve more credit. But man, who do you think had the best verse on that Spiral freestyle yesterday? Who's your favorite blog era artist? What's your favorite blog era mixtape? Chance the Rapper, man. There's so many blog era artists, man. The work that they put in was definitely amazing, man. They ushered in the streaming era, and even though that's not the best thing to usher in, before that they was just lime wiring your joint. They was just stealing your joint. You know what I'm saying? They was just taking your joint right off the internet. You know what I'm saying? So I guess streaming is better than nothing, but you know, we still have to give the blog era their credit. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. What say you? Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. If you want to help this channel out, donate to this Cash App link right here. Anything is appreciated. The ultimate way to help this channel out is to become a member. Link is in the description, or you can hit the join button if that option is available to you. And remember, I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to be me. If you're looking for the right opinion, I don't know where you can find it, but you just got my opinion. Let me know how you feel in the comments section. ReedMySole out. Peace. The blog era. Shout out to Alzo. Shout out to Big Sean, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all sacrifice. Peace.
I was just shooting in the air, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get y'all attention, man. Okay, shooters gonna shoot. Okay. Our niggas is up right now, man. Hey, big folks.
Doctor got you sounding like you in a jazz band. Why you going after Dottie? Think he Pac-Man?